Hello everyone, welcome back to another backtesting session. As I did promise in the previous one, we'll continue the backtesting session, but for today we'll be backtesting the Forex market because someone did comment that he would like me to do for Forex, so we'll be doing that today. And for those of you who haven't followed yet, please do me a favor and do follow this channel. It's still very small, I'd like to grow it, and your follow and likes do motivate me to do more, right? So please just give me a follow if you haven't, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload new video. And just give me a like, and do leave your feedback. Actually, you can tell me what you would like me to work on, so you can give me suggestions, what you think I did wrong and what I can improve on. So I'll be very open to do that. But without any further ado, let's go right into business. So I'm going to create a session here. I'll name it Forex. Forex session. I think I have something similar to that. And it will be GxT strategy next. For the symbols, we'll be using Forex, right? So we'll be trading just the major pairs, right? That's USDG, USD, DXY, Euro USD, and GBP USD, right? And what else? GBP USD and DXY. So I think that's basically it. And should we do the recent PA? I do already have a session with that data, like the month of January, though I didn't complete the month, but I would like to go back to 2023 just to keep things fair enough. Starting from February, no, let's start the month of January. I know January is always a choppy and kind of a challenge, but we'll take the challenge here. So keep it on December, though we're certainly not gonna backtest till December, but I'll keep it there. And now I would like to keep it like some kind of realistic account size here. So 10k will be good enough for being a starter account or someone just trying to trade with a small account. So this fit in perfectly. So I'll set it for the 10k. I think everything is good here. I'll just go and apply my settings as you all know. I do have them saved already and like a few things here. Making sure everything is good. And most importantly, I have to check the time, right? It always should be the New York time. So here we are. I think we're set. And I have to check the weekly time frame. What did the previous week do and where are we on the chart? I can see that we have a relevant swing here. Price just engaged with the relevant swing on the euro. I can see that price just engaged with the relevant swing here on the Euro USD, as well as the DXY, right? The dollar. We engaged that level. But on GBP USD, we haven't traded to that level yet. You see that? This swing low. We haven't traded into it, and even this one. So in this triad, GBP USD is the weaker asset, right? The weaker pair. The weaker pair. So looking at it here, can we say we're gonna reverse from this level? Absolutely no, because Euro USD traded into this level, it retraces back into this fair value gap, and after it retraces what? It expands through the key level. So this is no sign of reversal from this key level. That means what? GBP USD can catch up to this level, to this low, right? And as you can see that here on DXY, we are not showing any sign of reversal after engaging with this relevant swing. So that means what? GBP USD should catch up to this level. So that's what I'm looking at. This low as a potential draw on liquidity going to this week, right? While on this asset, which is Euro USD, at least we should reach this previous week's low, and on DXY, this previous week's high. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to forward that to the London session. Okay, so we have to look at the sessions we'll be trading here. As you all know, it's the same thing. We'll be trading the London, New York AM, and New York PM. Just for the Forex, there is no New York PM, but the candle do exist. That's the 1300 candle. So what are the candles we're going to be trading on in the Forex market? We'll be trading the 2 a.m. candle, which is London. We'll be trading the 5 a.m., which is New York, right? And we'll be trading the 9 a.m. candle, right? And you can trade the 1300 candle, but certain criteria need to be met. Like you can have maybe the 5 a.m. candle trade into a key level, the 9 a.m. reverse but did not expand, then you can expect the 1300 to expand to your draw on liquidity. So I think I should show you a PDF of that, what I mean. Actually, do I have it here? I think this is what I'm talking about. For the Forex market, we are going to be trading the 2 a.m. candle, we'll be trading the 5 a.m. and we'll be trading the 9 a.m. What that means is what? If 2 a.m. or London reverse, then we are expecting the 5 a.m. to continue. But if the 5 a.m. reverse, then we are expecting the 9 a.m. candle to continue, right? And we have that in depth here. Like if the 17 or 2100 candle manipulate, then 2 a.m. should continue. If 17 or 2100 consolidate or retrace, then the 2 a.m. should manipulate, right? If 2 a.m. manipulate, then 5 a.m. should continue. If 5 a.m. manipulate, then 9 a.m. should continue. If 9 a.m. manipulate, then 13 p.m. should continue. And if X for our candle doesn't support expansion, then wait for the X for our candle to open. So we basically trading expansion candles, right? So the 4 a.m. candle, the 4-hour candle should support expansion before we can look to apply anything else on the chart, right? So that's basically it. And going back here, what the hell? What just happened? All right, going back here, we can see we have New York open. Actually, New York is opening at 1 a.m. here. That's crazy, right? It doesn't matter. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Yeah, it's all the same though. Not really the same, but it's kind of crazy here. We have the 1 hour difference. Sadly, it's open at 2 a.m. here on DXY, but I guess that's how it is. Yeah, let's say, yeah, New York at 1 a.m. But I'm gonna be very much interested with the 2 a.m. candle from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's the sessions I'm going to be trading. Now, before we continue, I want to let you know that within the 2 a.m. candle, I'm only interested in trading from 2 a.m. to at least 4:30 a.m. Then within the 5 a.m. candle, I'm only interested in trading from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right? And within the 9 a.m. candle, I'm interested in trading from 9 a.m. to 13 p.m. So there are certain hours that is like within the 5 a.m. candle, I'm not looking for trading setup or anything until we are at least 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. right? That's what I want to look at, just to keep you. What do we have here? You can see that the day open and trade we're into this fair value gap, and it is Monday. If we expect this weekly candle to be bearish, how should it form? It should open high, then low close, right? So it should open, put in a high, then trade lower. So the high of this week can form either in this fair value gap or with this high of this candle, right? Because we have like this bulky candle here, this big candle, which Friday kind of like consolidate within it. So we have a consolidation, right? This is a consolidation low, the range low, and the range high. Either Monday put a high here, then Tuesday expands lower, or Monday takes this, or Monday just trade towards this, then Tuesday manipulate this high, giving room for Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday to expand to this low. So let's see any of this if it's gonna happen. So we have the London. Looking at the London, there is nothing here that I can look to trade. Is there something? We don't have anything here, to be honest. I would love to see a fair value gap here to trade away from, but that's not what I'm seeing. So I'll let London slide. I'm just gonna forward this to New York, to the 5 a.m. candle, and see what we have there. We did expand drastically, almost to this Thursday high, which is here. And on DXY, you know, DXY is negatively correlated to GBP USD and Euro, right? So that's why this high here is actually this low we're looking at here. So if New York expands, so we have an SMT where with this low, right? With the 2100 candle, there is an SMT there. You can see that. On Euro USD, we took out the low, but on GBP USD, we failed to take the low, and on DSY, we also failed to take that high. So there is an SMT there. So if this happened, then I can be confident to say that the 5 a.m. candle is gonna trade to this high. So I'm gonna look at with 5, I'm gonna skip to 6. Let the 6 a.m. candle trade. Oh fuck, we just, anyways, it's a crazy day. There's nothing I can do here because first, prior to the 7 a.m., which is my Q zone, we already trade to our draw on liquidity. So there's absolutely nothing I can do here. I don't want to trade lower. Day has already expanded too much higher that I would not want to look for any short here. So I'll just skip this day and go to the next day, London. So here we have the next day. What can you notice about this next day? Absolutely nothing, right? We just engage with this Thursday candle, and do not forget our SMT we have on the weekly time frame, right? We have an SMT here. You can see that. And we have an SMT here. This is with the weekly fair value gap. You see that? This is important. So we engage with this high here, the high of Thursday candle, which is where I would like to see at least a reversal. If this week should be bearish, then we should put a high here, then trade lower. So here we are on Tuesday. What am I expecting to see? If we want to reverse on this Tuesday, where can we reverse from? We can reverse from Monday's high. We can open, trade to Monday's high, then we revert, right? So that's what I'm kind of hoping that will happen. But if it doesn't, okay, good. We'll see what the market presents to us. It must never do what you want every time, right? You can be wrong sometimes, and sometimes you might get it right, whatever. So we'll see what happens. We have an SMT here. You see that? So there is a fair value gap here, a key level. The 1800 open, which is 1700 here. Just this feed is opening at 1800, and this feed is opening at 1700. I don't know why it's happening like that, but whatever. We have an SMT here. You see that? So there is an SMT with this high, which is a fair value gap on DXY, right? So if we have an SMT and a reversal away from that SMT, what should London do, it should expand to this low, right? Or this asset which is really close to this high. At least I want to see this asset take this high, which is a previous day high, right? And that's where I want to see a potential reversal or the high of the day formed from, right? So I want to trade London into this high and see if I'm going to get an opportunity for price to reverse from it. So I need to drop down on the lower time frame, which is the hourly, and look within this previous candle, which is the 2100 candle, for key levels to trade away from. And I'm looking for fair value gap or swing point for price to trade into it. Then for my SMT, then I can trade to this draw on liquidity, right? So I'm gonna need price to at least trade to this fair value gap right here. We can get a trade to this fair value gap. I want this 2 AM candle to open, trade into this fair value gap, then expand away. Let's see if that's, oh shit, I'm still on the 1 hour. Sadly, we just expand away without even retracing, so that's crazy, right? So anyways, there are days like that. So we already trade into that level, and let me see if I'm gonna get an opportunity for continuation. Okay, so this asset, which is GBP USD, has already engaged with this high, but Euro USD and GXY has not reached that level yet. So if this asset, which is Euro USD, is going to trade to this high, then I want to see GBP USD, which is a stronger asset, become the weaker asset in this triad to give room for this asset to trade to this high. Let's see if that happens. And if that's going to show weakness, I want it to show the weakness in a key level. So we have this fair value gap here, the same fair value gap we wanted this candle to open trade into before expanding. So now we trade into that fair value gap here. And what can you notice? We have an SMT in that fair value gap. You see that? There is an SMT. And the 30-minute candle just closed. So we have an SMT, the 30-minute candle. So that means what? We can get a reversal. Price can now expand to this high or potentially this one. So I'm going to drop down to the 3-minute and see if I get a reversal signature on the 3-minute candle, 3-minute time frame to trade away from. Yeah, I got one here. Let me see if that's gonna work. I've got, let me see if we are going to trade away from that to this high. Do I get 2R? Yes. So I'm gonna take it like that. Because first I have a CSD here with an SMT. So, right, this is what I have. I have an SMT with this fair value gap here, right? And that SMT is confirmed by 30-minute candle close. You can see that. And I drop down to the 3-minute time frame. Do I have a CSD? Yes, I do have it here. So I'm going to take this one, targeting 2R. So I'll be risking 1%. So I'll buy that. Let's see how that plays out. At this point, after engaging with this high, I want to move my stop to break even. At least here. Because what? You remember, this low is a protected swing now because it traded into a fair value gap before expanding away from it. So that's a protected swing. And if you like, you can take partial here if you kind of like, you don't trust this whole thing. Let me see. We can just take partial. Let's say 50% out, whatever. And see if we're gonna hit that. Okay, now I can move my stop here, right? And let's see. Oh shit, we got stopped out, right? At break even, so it is a good one. We got stopped out at break even, so what can you see? Let me see if price finally went to that high after stopping us out. Price never really went there. So that's it for the London session. So right now I think we have already the 5 a.m. candle. For our candle has opened. Yes, it has opened. And what can you notice? We have an XMT. Oh, let me leave this one. It's there for reference. We have an SMT here, right? This candle, this pair failed to reach that high, and this pair reached that high. So we have an SMT here, right? So, and what can you notice about this SMT? It is a strength switch SMT. You see that? This asset was once weaker, now it has momentarily switched strength to become stronger. You see that? So this 5 a.m. candle took the high, has taken the high of the 1 a.m., which is a London 4-hour candle, while on this asset, which is a stronger asset, now has become the weaker asset because we failed to take the high of the 1 a.m. candle. You see that? So it's a strength switch SMT, which can be a trigger for a reversal from this high, right? This can be a trigger for a reversal from the previous day high. You see that? And if we do reverse from this previous day high, then it's going to be a strength switch on the higher time frame because now this asset is a stronger asset. You see that? We took this high, but now it's switching strength to become weaker. But not to confuse you, we keep it there on the 4-hour. We keep it here. So if this SMT should hold, then price should trade where to this low at least. I want to see price take this low or potentially trade to this fair value gap. And remember, this is the current day low, the 1700 candle. This is the current day low, and right here we have the current day low. So I want to see if this SMT should hold, then price to trade back to this current day low. That is what I'm looking at. And what time is it? This is a 6 a.m. candle. I want to look at the 7 a.m. or 6:30 going into 7 a.m., which is the London Q zone, the New York Q zone, rather. I want to see what 6:30 did. 6:30. What did we do at the 6:30? Let me balance this up. Give me a moment, guys. We have this. I just want to arrange this. A 6:30 candle just form a fair value gap, and I want to see an SMT form from this fair value gap if we are going to trade to this low, right? I want to see an SMT form there with the 7 a.m. because now this is my key zone. This is a time where I want to look for setup to trade to this low. So let's see what happened. Okay, we're currently forming an SMT with that low. You see that? We are currently forming an SMT there. And that fair value gap in the key. This is a relevant key level, right? So, and we are having an SMT there. So if we have an SMT here, an SMT, then I want to take a trade from here. Let's see, to target this this low. I'll put the limit order there because I want price to retrace back there. If it does, if it doesn't happen, okay, but that is what I want to see. Okay, we get filled in. I hope we don't get stopped out. This asset is kind of expanding away much better than this asset is, than this pair, which I don't like. So I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even, right? I like to go break even there, or even take partials once we reach 2R. At least I would like to take partial. Yeah, we hit 2R here. So I'm taking partial out, like half of it. Then I'm just gonna let it run. This is the Forex market, and it is really kind of not as stable as the future market. That's why I'm being more aggressive with my like taking partials and moving my stop loss to break even. You get, so it's, you have to be more aggressive when managing your trade in the Forex market. So let's see what happened. You see what I'm talking about. We get stopped out, but we still have enough time in the day for price to trade to this level, right? We still haven't hit anything relevant yet. I can't say we are going to trade higher because we still have this low hanging here. We have not traded to that low on any of these assets, so the draw on liquidity is still open. So let's see what happened. Right now, this has become our key level, a relevant key level. We have a fair value gap here, so let's see if we can get an SMT with this level. Then we can look to trade back to this low. So let's see if that happens. Okay, this asset now has traded to that level. This asset trade to this level, and this asset is failing to reach to that level. So, and what can you notice about this? It is a two-stage SMT, right? It is a strength switch, right? So you can see that this asset was once stronger, right? We had an SMT here before. This asset was stronger and this asset was weaker. But now it has switched strength. This asset is stronger now, while this asset is weaker. So we have a strength switch there. This can now be a trigger for price to trade to this low, right? So you can trade any of this asset because at this point, I think both assets are going to trade to this low. But I'll be more confident to trade this asset, Euro USD, this pair Euro USD, because why it is relatively close to this low, right? It is really close to this low. Why this one is a bit far away from it. So I want to trade this asset only if I get an opportunity to get filled in on this asset. But if I don't, then I will trade this asset. Once this asset hit this level, I'll be very, very aggressive with how I manage the trade on this asset. You understand, right? So I'm dropping down under 5 minutes. Let me see. I think 3 minutes will be better. Yeah. I want to see a CSD, and we are really, really far away from this low. Let's see what happens though. Now we put another high there. We have put in another high. And we have CSD on this asset already. You see that? But I don't want to trust this CSD yet. I want to see this. I don't want to trust this CSD yet. I want to see this asset show me signs of reversal, right? I want to see this asset reverse because it is a stronger asset now. And you need to show me that it's reversing before I can trust that this asset is going to reverse. So let's wait to see another candle printout. Okay. I think at this point, both assets are reversing. DSY is reversing with an SMT. You see that? SMT here. GBP USD is reversing and Euro USD is reversing. So I can look for a trade right here. Maybe from this. So here, looking for 2R. Let me see if I can get a limit order. I'll get fitted. Oh goodness. Okay, I think I missed this one on this asset, but I still have an opportunity here. I can take a trade from this asset to this level. Let me see. Because both assets are reversing. So now close this one. Let's see if I get filled in. Yes, I get filled in here. Almost stopped me out. Almost stopped me out. Let's see what happened next. Just kind of bullshitting around. I don't know. And now I think I can move my stop. And now I think I can move my stop to break even there because I really don't want to see price come back to this high. If we do, then I want to be out there. Oh shit. Yep. We finally hit the take profit, right? So it's the same thing over and over. So I just let price trade to a key level, look for an SMT there. If we get a strength switch, good and fine. If we're done, we wait for one. If we see both assets are reversing, we take the trade. If they are not, then we're not trading for that day. If you miss a trade, relax. Wait for the next day to come. You get another opportunity and you take it. Win, you win. If you lose, then you look for another opportunity, right? It's never going to work to your favor always, right? Any of these trades could have been a loss, right? For the fact that we get a win doesn't mean the strategy is a 1000% win rate. Nah, there are still going to be days where you have everything right, but you just lose, right? That's trading. You don't expect to be right all the time. So let's see if this day is going to trade past this level. Let me see. Anyways, whatever it's doing right now, I'm not longer interested in it. I've gotten what I want. I wanted to trade to this current day low. It has done that, and I'm gonna look forward to the next day. Not to waste much of your time. So now I think this right now is the current week high, right? So if that is the current week high, then I want to see price this day, which is Wednesday, to trade towards this low. Potentially this low here. And like I was saying, this right here now is a strength switch. You see that this asset was once stronger. Now this SMT, now it has switched strength. This pair now has become the weaker asset. This one that was stronger stays strong, and this stays strong, whatever. But we have a strength switch on this asset. So I want to see this trade to this level. So going into London, what can I notice? We have this fair value gap here. This fair value gap. I would at least like to see London trade into this fair value gap, so New York can reverse trade away from it. Let's see that if that will happen. Oh, guess that's not happening today. Okay. So if we did not trade to that level before reversing, that doesn't ring any alarm, right? So we see flow with the market. The fact that the market didn't do what you want, but if it presents you an opportunity to do, you need to fall in sync with it, right? Fall in line with it. Follow what the market does. So we have an SMT here. You can see that this asset is printing a high. This asset was supposed to print lower low, but instead it printed a higher high, which is not good. A higher low rather, which is not good. Supposed to print a lower high. So we have the 5 a.m. candle, and I'm gonna look at the chart only from 7 a.m. So I'm gonna let this candle trade. Let 5 trade. Let 6. Oh shit. Yeah, let the 6 a.m. trade. Can't do anything with it. This day is just freaking around, right? It's just really ripping off. We already trade collateral on liquidity. So what can I do now? Absolutely nothing. What can I do? Nothing, right? So, I just see what I don't know, to be honest. This pair already trade to this low. And see if it's gonna give an opportunity for this asset to catch up to this low, right? And this asset GBP USD trading to this low first actually makes sense, right? Because if you look at it on the weekly time frame, it is the weaker asset, the stronger asset rather. This Euro USD has traded to this level long time ago, but while GBP USD was still just bullshitting around, and DXY actually traded to that level a long time ago. So if it is momentarily switching strength to become the weaker asset, it actually makes sense, right? To be honest, this candle has expanded too much that I'm not comfortable to look for anything within it, but we'll see. Just for the sake of this session, let's see what we can get there. That is 730. Any SMT? Yeah, we have an SMT here. but it's still like, I don't like it, to be honest. I don't. This size is still stronger. No, I don't like it. Okay, the 9 a.m. candle is opening right now. See, the 9 a.m. candle is going to give room for expansion, at least to this current day low, which is this. If we can expand back to this current day low, it will make a little bit of sense for me. Or we can retrace back within the daily range. Anything can happen, right? So whatever it takes, if we get an opportunity to retrace back, it will make sense. If it doesn't, we'll stay where it is. I don't know if any of you have noticed, I'm having flu, I'm struggling to speak here. But I can't stop this. I have to complete it, so. What can you see? We have an SMT here, right? We have an SMT here. We have an SMT that high. At what time? 9 a.m., which is absolutely the 9 a.m. candle. So this can actually give room for price to trade to this current day low, but I would have loved to see this asset, GBP USD, momentarily switch strength to become the stronger asset, while this one become the weaker asset to catch up to this level, whatever. But we'll see if we get an opportunity to trade to that level, if it does present. If it doesn't, then we're good. So do we have any strength, any CSD? Reversal signature. We are very close to it. Oh, we get one here, but it's really a mess, bro. To be honest, it's a mess. I don't know why, but I'm not comfortable with this. Because first, the day has already expanded too much, and looking for trades here is just like trying to force it or chasing price, and I don't want to appear like that. But for the sake of this thing, though, I'll take a trade. If it's lost, then it is what it is. But I just want to let you know, I will not be happy to take this live. We just kind of like, we are consolidating here. Okay, let's see what this is. Just bullshitting around, bro. The 15-minute. We have the hourly candle has closed now, so, and we do have this level. Anyway, I'll go ahead and take it. I'll try to see if it works. Looking for 2 hour. Yeah, so we force it, we fuck around and we find out, right? Like I said, the day has expanded too much. I was not comfortable to take it, but whatever. So I guess that's it. I don't want to do anything beyond this level, so I think we should take a look at our performance real quick. What did we do and what didn't we do? How did we perform here? Oh, we have a 75% win rate, and we took 4 trades basically, and I think we got like 3 wins and 1 loss. That's it, and yeah, I think we did pretty good. That was good. I would like to continue this, to be honest, but for the fact that the video is getting too long, I can't keep it up, so I'll have to do another one. If you do want me to do that, I will. And for those of you who have watched the video up to this level, I really appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, yes, please, I'll repeat again, subscribe and like. Leave your comments. They go a long way in supporting me. You just won't imagine. Thank you so much for making it up to here. See you in the next one, man.